Cheating wife landed in hospital and paid. The Hight price for betrayal. Husband's revenge. Story. Start. She thought I'd cry when she cheated. Instead, I left her screaming in a hospital bed. They said she collapsed at a motel, half naked. Blood. Loss. Doctors couldn't figure out what tore her inside. But I knew. I knew exactly what broke her, because I planted it. Before you blink, hit subscribe and share. This is not just revenge. This is justice sealed in silence. Her name's Alyssa. We were married for 7 years. She was my world. I gave up my startup dream for her, took a boring 9 to 5, skipped vacations, missed birthdays, just to build our life. But while I was working overtime, she was working over someone else in cheap motels. It started with a change in perfume. Then she locked her phone. Then the late-night yoga classes, I asked once. She said I was insecure. I asked twice. She cried, blamed me, and said, maybe I just need more passion. So I stopped asking and started watching. I placed a tiny tracking chip under her car seat. I waited 3 nights, and then, Friday, 8:43 p.m., her location blinked. Sunrise. Motel, room 112. I didn't go there, not yet. I waited. 3 hours later, a call lit up my screen. It was the motel front desk. She's unconscious. Bleeding. Ambulance called. I stayed calm. I drove to the hospital. I didn't ask questions. I just watched the chaos unfold. The ER team whispered words like perforation, foreign object, trauma. The item they pulled out of her? It wasn't what you're thinking. It was a rolled-up photograph of us on our wedding day, shoved deep inside her by mistake. I never touched her, but I did give it to her lover, wrapped in a folded note. She breaks hearts. Let's see what she breaks next. As they stitched her back together, I dropped my wedding ring into the trash bin outside the OR. Didn't even flinch. And the real revenge? That hadn't started yet, because in 24 hours, the world would know. Everything she hid. The hospital released her 2 days later. She was pale, shaken, stitched up, but still lying. She told her parents it was a freak accident, told her friends she fell in the shower. But the truth? It was about to go viral. I didn't speak to her, didn't return her calls. Instead, I uploaded a video. Just one. Security footage from the Sunrise Motel hallway. Time-stamped, crystal clear. Alyssa walking in with a man. My wedding photo in her hand. The caption? She said I was boring, so I let her redefine pain. Within 6 hours it had 2.3 million views. Comments were savage. She deserves it. She played with fire. Bro's a legend. She tried to take it down. Too late. Reddit threads were on fire. TikTok edits went viral. Even her office HR saw it. She was suspended. The next day, her father called me, barking into my voicemail, "You humiliated my daughter. You could have destroyed her privately. But no, you wanted applause?" I didn't respond. He left 17 more messages. Screaming, begging, threatening. But what none of them knew, I still hadn't revealed who the man was. Because he wasn't a stranger. He was her sister's husband. Yup, my ex-brother-in-law, a pastor, a public speaker, a man of God. And I had proof. Texts, motel receipts, a voice recording from the night it all fell apart. Alyssa had begged him to leave his wife. She said she was bored of stability and that I was safe, not sexy. He said no. So she tried to punish him by making me the villain. But I flipped the whole table. I called her sister Rachel, told her everything, sent her everything. She didn't say a word on the phone. Just silence. Then a whisper. Thank you. I needed the truth. 2 hours later, her husband's name was trending on Twitter. Pulpit affair. Alyssa's perfect world was collapsing, and I hadn't even opened the final email yet. The one with her prenup clause, the one that would decide, whether she walked away with half my money or with nothing at all. The prenup email opened with one line that hit like thunder. Infidelity nullifies all spousal claims. I had almost forgotten. We signed it 3 months before the wedding. Her father insisted on it because I wasn't financially equal to their family. Back then, I was a struggling junior architect. Now, I owned a boutique design firm that just landed a $4.8 million contract with a real estate giant. If she had stayed loyal, she would have been entitled to $1.7 million in shared assets. But because of that single motel night, she walked away with zero, no house, no business share, no car. Even the rings were in my name. She tried calling again, voicemails where she sobbed, screamed, even sang our song once. She posted a photo on Facebook, a candlelit apology captioned, "To the man I should have protected." Comments were off, but people screenshot it and dragged her harder. My inbox exploded with messages like, "Bro, your silence is art. She lost a king. This deserves a Netflix special." Her dad emailed me too. Subject line, "Please reconsider." He offered to mediate and begged me not to go after her publicly again. He knew I had more because I did. Photos from past meetups, payment screenshots from a secret credit card she thought I didn't know about. She was cheating before. The motel incident. This wasn't a one-time thing. It was a lifestyle. Meanwhile, Rachel, the sister, filed for divorce the same week. Her husband resigned from the church. The community was stunned. And the most ironic part? The motel was owned by a friend of mine. There were cameras inside the parking lot, too. He offered me everything, raw, uncut. But I didn't post it. Because sometimes, silence hurts more than exposure. I let the world guess what happened in that motel. That drove Alyssa insane. Every comment, every theory, it chipped away at her carefully constructed image. 3 weeks later, I heard she moved back in with her parents. No job, no reputation, no partner. Just a hollow name in the shadows of a viral scandal. But the best part was yet to come. Because at the center of this storm, while everyone else was breaking down, I was building something. The first time I saw Alyssa again after everything was at the awards night. The same people who used to call me lucky to have her now lined up to shake my hand. It was the State Architect of the Year Gala, hosted in the same hall where Alyssa once joked I'd never fit in with suits and wine glasses. She walked in wearing a muted gray dress, nothing like her old style, and froze when she saw me on stage. I wasn't alone either. Standing beside me, radiant in a red satin gown, was Jenna, my old college friend turned lead designer, now also my partner in more ways than one. The same woman Alyssa once called a backup plan. The host handed me the mic. I scanned the audience, paused, and smiled. I was once told that I'd never be enough. That dreams were cute but not sustainable, I said, glancing in Alyssa's direction without saying her name. But turns out loyalty is sustainable. So is hard work. And silence, sometimes, is the loudest response. The applause was thunderous. Didn't look back to see if she clapped. I didn't need to. Later that night, Jenna whispered. She watched the whole speech without blinking. I just nodded. But the real final blow? A month later, I found out Alyssa applied for a job at one of our partner firms. They sent her resume to my desk by accident, since my company held partial hiring rights under the new joint venture. I didn't reject it. I didn't even forward it. I left it unread, because ignoring her existence was the most powerful revenge left. Some say I was too cold. Some say I should have exposed more. But here's what people don't understand. You don't have to destroy someone to win. Sometimes, all you have to do is let them live without you. Alyssa's story didn't end in silence. 6 months later, while attending an international design expo in Chicago, I overheard 2 vendors gossiping near the wine bar. She used to be married to that guy, the award-winning architect, one whispered. Yeah, she tried to expose him after that motel scandal, but no one believed her. Said he set her up with hidden cameras. But get this. Turns out she knew she was being watched. I turned slowly. The name Alyssa came up again. That night, curiosity got the better of me. I searched the internet deeper than I had before. Hidden. In a long-forgotten corner of an online forum, I found a thread started by a fake username, I Burned But Free. The story was twisted. She painted herself as the victim, claiming I orchestrated her breakdown to get famous. But one comment under the post stood out, a simple line from an anonymous user. Girl, we saw the hospital footage. You lost. Let it go. That's when I realized, even though I never released the footage, someone else did. My friend who owned the motel, turns out, he had posted a heavily redacted security clip for training purposes. It went viral in dark corners of the web. Just a blurred video with an obvious ending. It didn't show her face, but it didn't have to. The internet connected the dots faster than we ever could. And Alyssa? She disappeared completely after that. No socials, no address trail, no job listings. Some say she changed her name, others say she left the country. But me? I stopped caring, because while she vanished into silence, I was invited to speak at TEDx about rebuilding after betrayal. The hall was packed. The final slide of my talk read, "Don't chase revenge. Build a life so good they regret losing access to it." As I walked off stage, Jenna squeezed my hand. I never looked back again.